Greetings and salutations, everybody. This is Screenwriter 805 here with a new tutorial, and this one's going to show you guys how to use the Motion Mixer, not to be confused with Motion Flow. As you all know, I am working for a company that is bringing Onus to life in a way that I cannot, and it's very exciting. And one of my basically jobs is to not only work on the character animations and so on and so forth, but also do set design and just work with combining animations, creating animations, doing all the rigging, etc. I was always asked how to go about creating sequences of animations and stuff like that to use with bipeds, so on and so forth. And now is a chance for me to go over that because it's something that I'm having to do right now, and I might as well kill two birds with one stone, so I can get some work done and show you how to actually do it. So we're going to just open up a standard biped here. I'm just going to drag it out, give a right click. Now, as a good measure, whenever you create a final rig for a character, you always want to save out its body orientation, how many limbs it has, all that good stuff. So let's click on this little guy here in the motion tab, go into figure mode, and let's go to load file. And we're going to just find our biped, and here it is. So we're going to load that up. And so now we have basically our bones to call upon if ever there's like a crash on the system or something that we can't foresee. I was going to go ahead and show you all how it looked and everything, but I want to surprise you, so you're just going to have to settle for the skeleton for the time being. Alright, so now let's just click on this little mixer mode button here, and then go to the mixer button up on the top here, this little mixer tab. Now you'll see that we have our biped selected already in the mixer mode, in the motion mixer. If it's not selected, then you'll put all these animations in here and they will not be assigned anything, and it'll be a huge pain in the butt and you will not enjoy working with this. So now let's right click and go to new clips from file, click down here, and I have a whole host of animations that I've been making for the creatures. So go to run animation, click open. Now you'll see that he's not in the viewport, but he should be. And to fix that, we're just going to go to modes and display, and under modes, right here we have this little, looks like a bullseye. It's called in place mode. So now all those animations will take place in the 0, 0, 0. So if we drag this along here, you will see that now he's running. And it looks nice and neato. Alright, so let's come in here. Let's go to new clips from files, and let's select another one. Now for this one, we'll click idle stand 2. And when working with games and whatnot, you usually want to have a lot of animations. So we're going to just extend this here. I always do it to like a ridiculously lengthy amount, so I'll go to 800. That way if we have a long string of animations, we won't have to just keep going in and extending. Okay, so here we have a idle stand, and it's just a loop. Okay, now notice how he goes from that and then changes up to that. That is actually part of the animation clip. It really just depends on how you would tackle it. The reason I did it that way is because I set a free key in the beginning, and then I used a binding key, a non-sliding key on the feet once he's actually standing, so that I can make him bob up and down and he'll stay in place. You want to make sure that at the beginning of all of your animations, especially for things that you're going to be combining animations with, that you have a free key set, because otherwise what's going to happen is it's going to try and take those planted keys and combine them with everything else, and so you'll have like a leg that's flying back here or forward or backward, and it's just going to look ridiculous. So always make sure that you start with a free key and then convert it into a set key, and then on the way out convert it back to a free key. So for instance, when working with any of these animations, you want to make sure that the corresponding frame for the beginning and the end are the same, or relatively the same. It can blend, especially in game engines. Now, for instance, right here we have frame 0. This is a starting posture for the run. Now, if we scrub further down, you'll see that it goes up, goes up, goes up, and then it stops right there. If we stopped it at that point in the animation, it would not work. And the reason why is because he would just be like kind of snapping into place again. So you want to stop it. In this case, I have a text file that I assign all my stuff at, and so I stop it at about frame 18 because they are pretty much identical, just a little. So anyway, that's something to keep in mind, but that's more for the programmer, not so much for you, but you can make their lives easier by adhering to certain rules. So now we would begin our animation here, and then there's the idle stand, and it's a long one. It's a very long one, and by the time it ends, he is in the exact same position that he was when he began. So that's also something for you to be mindful of. Alrighty, now one thing that you can do is first let's add in another clip here. Go to new clip, profile, and we'll do slash attack. Okay. So here we have a nice stabbing type of attack for him to do. So again, it goes out. It starts with this new attack here. It goes out. Now you'll notice that we're playing this back and it's extremely slow. Okay, and let's go ahead and try to fix that up right now. So one way you can do that is, you're scrubbing through the slider here and you see that, okay, this is going to take a while. If we hit play, here's looking at he's going to slash someone with that. They'll be able to like yawn, take a step back, and evade it rather easily. So one thing that we can do in the motion mixer is let's just take this top little nub here, pull this down. Okay. Now when we press play, okay, still not super fast, but and there's a lot of different ways you can do this. In fact, I mean, most of the stuff you would do inside of the graph editor, but I mean, if you have the motion that you want, you just want to speed it up, you can either let the programmer do it inside of the engine, or you can do it for him, so he doesn't have to go crazy. So there you go, that's a lot faster. Now let's say that this is something that we like. All we really need to do now is just come up to this biped here, right click, go to compute mixdown. Now, I'm very particular about how this stuff works here. I don't click enforce IK constraints, and I don't do any of this stuff here because I don't want it blending together. So we're just going to leave that as is, and right here, a keyframe per frame. You don't have to do this, but I do prefer to do it, simply because when you're saving out the animations, when you export the model as an FBX, which is what the game engine that we're using is comfortable with, it's not going to take up any extra memory or anything like that. We just need those extra animation frames on this particular model to call upon when we are in game. So the more keyframes you have, the more accuracy you'll get in the actual motion that you're trying to preserve. So we'll keep that on, go to OK. Now here's something to be mindful of. Let's get out of mixer mode, and you will see that he snaps back into place. It's because this material is only called upon in mixer mode. So what we have to do is turn mixer mode back on, and then we're going to click on the biped icon again, go to copy mix down to biped. Now we can get out of mixer mode, and we will see that we have all this dark blocky crap here, and those are all the keyframes for the animation. So now you'll see that he's still running for some reason. You just have to turn that off, turn it back on. Okay. And so now when we hit play, he's doing all the motions, and we don't have to worry about them snapping or changing positions or anything of that sort. They will always be in the exact orientation that we need them to be. And so once we have something that we like here, it's really as simple as say we like all this animation. All right, we're not in figure mode, so we're not going to be saving the figure file. We're now in basically like a motion capture mode. So we can go to save file, drag down, click, and save. Since I already have mine saved out, I am not going to save it. But anyhow, this is Screenwriter 805 here, saying thanks for watching. And I know my voice is getting a little clear here. I'm using a new condenser mic that I needed for doing voiceover work for the game. So that's about it. So thanks for watching, and you will be seeing more of the process soon. Stay tuned for more animation tutorials specifically. Um, I'll be showing you guys how to basically take a model and animate it, rig it, and then get it into the Unity game engine. Lots of fun. So stay tuned for more updates on the game, more tutorials, and all that good stuff. Screenwriter 5 saying thanks for watching.